What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel again. If you're new here, like and subscribe. Today we're going to be checking out the interior of the Canyon, and we're going to go through the infotainment screens and the digital dash. But this is the elevation trim, so this is the base model GMC, which is, in my opinion, a little bit higher quality than some of the mid trims of the Chevy Colorado version. But we're going to go over the infotainment screen and just go through the settings and stuff, show you guys what's in it. If any of you are looking at one, or if you have one and don't know how to work some of the stuff, I read through the manual. I always read through the manual and research when I get a new car and play around with the settings. It's kind of a fun thing I like to do. But anyways, we're going to hop in here and we're going to check out the infotainment screen. So like and subscribe, and let's get started. Got the GoPro all charged up so we can use it, because my phone will probably wirelessly hook up and mess up. But get up in here, and we have this little intro right here on the screen. Pretty nifty. And I've had some people ask me about this phone mount. I'll list it down. I'll put a link down below for it. It's for the MagSafe. There are non-MagSafe versions. But let's go ahead and start the truck up. Like I said in the previous video, we got the 4-wheel drive settings here, the drive modes. We'll go through all of them and just kind of look at that. We'll start over here with the dash. So this is a 2024 model. Wireless CarPlay. This does have wireless CarPlay, which is nice. First car I've had that has wireless CarPlay besides the Taos back there. This is the 2024 model, which comes with the full 11-inch screen. The 23 models, unless you got the Denali or the AT4X, you got the 8-inch screen. But with the 2024s across the board, all the Chevy Colorados, all the GMC Canyons, all have this standard now, which I think is nice, which kind of sucks for the people that got the first year of this new generation. But, you know, I was always told you don't buy the first year of something new. You wait till they fix the bugs and, you know, figure out what people like and don't like and fix those things. But anyways, This is the dash that I drive around with. This center right here is customizable, so you can go over here. I believe you go to, let me see here. You can go in here. This is where you have your trip, oil pressure, things like that. You can go in here, like let's say tire pressure, and you can hit add to driver display, and it adds it right there. I like to just have my fuel mileage on there. Helps me to keep my foot off the gas. But this is the main one, and this is a little secret. There are three of these gauges in here. If you hold down the gauge button, it'll pop up this little option, and then you get 3 different little options for this. So you can have your traditional round clusters. I feel like just with the shape of the dash, just because the dash has these angles right here, just with the shape, this looks good. But if instead of holding down, if you were to just push this, then it goes to the next thing. This is the integrated Google Maps. This truck does have a Google Assistant. So Google Maps is its standard navigation in here. If you hit it again, it'll pull up. Right now my CarPlay has the weather map pulled up, so it's not going to pull up here. But if I open Apple Maps, your Apple Maps will pull up here, which is nice. That's super nice because I can have Apple Maps there, and then I can have my Spotify playing on the other screen, which is super nice. Hit this again, it gives you another screen. I believe this is like the Baja gauge cluster, which this truck does not have the Baja mode. I think that only comes in the AT4X or the Chevy Colorado ZR2. The next one is going to be your more off-road, your pitch, roll, your cardinal directions, your transfer case and steering angle and things like that. This will be more your off-road gauge cluster. And then this is kind of just the standard one. This is like that first one I showed, but this doesn't change. This is just your distance for your driver alert. And then this is the simple version. I like this one, it's kind of nice, but just with the truck being new, I'm kind of watching the temperature and everything right now, so I don't have it on this one just because I want to learn the truck. And then this is the back, this is the last one, so this is the same as that first one. You can change this to the round cluster. You can change this. Your music right here, it kind of just stays there. You can't change this, at least not that I've found, but you can change this one to whatever you want using that screen over here like I showed. And then we're back to the one that I drive with, which I like this one. It's simple enough. Has all my temperature readouts and gauges that I need. And then all the windows are automatic downs. They're not all automatic ups, only the driver is automatic up, which I don't know. This is nifty. This rolls down all the windows at the same time, but it doesn't roll them up. But at the same time, even though that button right there is cool, these are all automatic roll downs, so I can do that right there and they all roll down. So I don't know really the point of this unless you just want to roll down all your windows halfway. And here we have your automatic stop start, turn that off, hazards. This is your lane keep, your lane. If you go over your lane, it'll kind of steer you back in. And then an auxiliary port, which I plan to put either some pod lights or a light bar or something. I'm not sure yet. I don't have the wireless charger in here, but wireless charger does come here. And then we'll talk about the drive modes. So you can either put your truck in, I believe some of them come with 4 low, mine doesn't. I believe I just have to put it in 4-wheel drive and then put it in low. But you just push down and it'll go into auto mode. This is like your all-wheel drive mode. You can drive like that all the time. This one's your 4-wheel drive all the time, and then 2-wheel drive, of course. And it's as simple as just pushing those down. And then for the modes, you turn this. So right now we're in normal. I'll turn it. Right there, you're gonna have your off-road mode. You'll have your tow haul mode, and then your terrain mode. Terrain mode, you need 4 high for terrain mode. And then normal. Yeah, I don't have the Baja mode like the AT4X or the Chevy ZR2. And then electronic park and brake. And then this does have the upgraded, when I was talking about options the other day, this does have the trailer towing option, which allows me to tow 7,700 pounds. It gives me the backup cameras. So normal backup camera, I've got the hitch line, and then I've got the zoomed into the hitch. I don't keep my hitch on just because I park in the garage. And so this also has the optional dual climate zone. I believe this model comes without that, where you just set the temperature and your fan speed. So this has auto climate control, which I love because I just set it, one temperature and it keeps it. So that's the digital dash covered, and this drive mode covered. And before we go into this, I just want you guys to know that once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll start doing some giveaways here and there. I'm gonna start designing logos and things like that. So help me reach that goal of 1,000 subscribers. I really want to do an overland build on this, get some molly panels in the back, get a tonneau cover or a hard camper shell, etc. I just want to really make this truck fun. This truck already is fun, even stock. Let's go ahead and dive into the screen. So over here on the side, this is kind of like an iPhone. You have your main apps that you'll use, and you can customize these. If you hold down, you can drag this down and move it. Like I got my CarPlay right there. I got music if I want to listen to the radio. This one doesn't really change. These two kind of just stay, so these 4 are customizable. I have this one. This is where you can lock your windows. You can turn on your camera, traction control on or off, auto high beams, your fog lights, and your park assist. And then there's just a few more settings in here. Power window lockout, lights, fog lights, cargo lights. You can turn on your cargo lights back there, auto high beams, headlights, drive and park. Not a whole lot of settings in there. One thing about this truck is your fog lights. So my Mustang, I left my fog lights on all the time. And I know technically in some states it's illegal to drive with fog lights on, so maybe that's why they did this. But anyways, you have to go in here every time you start your truck and turn on fog lights if you want them on. And then your light controls are right here. There's no physical knob or anything. And then right here is where you can go to your overview. You kind of have a little 3D image of your truck, and you can hit these and it'll give you different readouts like tire pressure, brake pad life, oil, things like that. And you can also go through these screens and it'll show you all your readouts that you need. And this is where you reset your trips and everything. And from here you can add these over to the dash, like I said, any of these. And then CarPlay I have here, music, and then this one, it has 3 little squares. I haven't figured out how to add more than just these 2 squares. So you can either make this your Google Assistant right here, you can make it your trip, or you can make it audio. This one you got tire pressure, navigation, or audio. And then if we hit the home button, this is where any of these apps right here you can drag over to this edge. I'm not going to do that because I have these how I want them. I've customized this how I want it to all my accessible things. So like we have CarPlay right here, which just opens CarPlay, of course. You have your controls, which is everything I already showed you in that. You have all your settings, where you can go through here and make the settings how you want. Climate. This is where you can change your temperature, get a little bit more in depth. I mean, most of the controls you need are right here as physical buttons anyways, so you really don't need to be in here. Your camera, your vehicle status, I showed you that, that's right here. Your trailering, this is where you can kind of set your trailer brake output will show up here when it's hooked up to a trailer. You have your checklist, your light test. So you have your trailer hooked up, you run this light test and it'll turn your blinkers and everything on for you. And then your checklist to make sure you have everything hooked up and ready to go before you drive off. You have your off-road screen. And this is one of those, I probably wouldn't use the off-road gauge cluster over here, because you have your Baja screen, which gives you your G's, your steering angle. And then you have this one for your pitch, roll, tire pressure. And then you have your overlanding screen. And you can just slide through these, which is pretty neat if you're off-roading. And then you have your standard Google Maps, which is pretty dope. What I really like about this is you can be like, hey Google, what's the weather like today? Alright, she didn't work. Let me try this again. Hey Google. Hey Google. Huh. Okay. Let me try this again. Hey Google. Google. Hey Google. Okay, maybe she's not working. You have your audio there. Let me see what's the weather like today?
On the website weather.
Hey Google. Hey Google, what's the weather like today?
Today in Broken Arrow, it'll be...
I don't know if I have to be in drive for the Hey Google to work or what, but she usually works. With this being more of an Android system, you do get a little trial of the Alexa. It costs. The Google, I think, is free for so many years. But one good thing about this being Google, you have the Play Store, so you can download some apps and stuff I did, which is nice because my watch is cellular, so sometimes I don't bring my phone, so having Spotify on here is nice, just because Apple Watches don't connect to Bluetooth. So having Spotify on here is nice because if I don't bring my phone, then I still have Spotify. And you have these like little scout maps and things. But obviously with CarPlay, you can download your off-road maps and everything like that. And that's pretty much, let's see if I can, yeah, see, I'm supposed to be able to say that, but it's not working. I don't know why. And then you get little notifications up here. And that's about that's really most of the interior of the screen, or the interior of the truck, the infotainment screen. All these across the board, all the trim levels across the board are going to be about the same. The only difference is you're going to have obviously different interior trims, like, you know, leather seats versus whatever. And I think you can even upgrade elevation to a leather screen. But you know, that's about it. So let me know what you guys want to see from the truck, from the channel, and I'll see if I can do it. And once we hit that 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do some giveaways. So let's hit that 1,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can hit that within the next couple weeks. I'd appreciate it. And we're gonna take this thing off-roading soon, and we're gonna see how that 4-wheel drive works in here. But I will see you guys in the next video.